When I came out, the whole reason I decided to make it known to the world, was that if I could just help one person.
There's people that are going to love you and support you. You can do anything, whether it's sports, music, business, politics. You belong at the highest seat in anything.
John Epping, Team Ontario. Greg Smith, Team Newfoundland and Labrador. Two fierce competitors and both part of the same community. This year, they made history as the first LGBTQ plus curlers to face off at the 2021 Tim Hortons Brier. Both skips are top curlers and they continue to pave the way for even more inclusion in curling. Today, for the first time, John and Greg will discuss together what it means to be an out curler on and off the pebbled ice. Well, John and Greg, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me during Pride Month as we celebrate, and happy Pride to both of you. And I understand that this is actually the first time you both have been in the same interview together. So thank you for allowing it to be with us here at Sportsnet. Why don't we start with the historic moment that we saw in the 2021 Tim Hortons Brier. You faced off on the same sheet, making it the first time two openly out skips competed against each other at a curling championship. How did you guys feel in that moment, and when did you realize that that was going to be a historic moment?
John reached out to me actually and mentioned that, it would be a good idea to get a picture. He said, I'll get the flag and we'll figure it out and we'll get a picture, and it'd be a great moment for visibility, and it certainly was.
Talk me through why it came to your mind that it was important to capture that moment.
You don't often see two openly out athletes competing against each other, and actually both skips of the team and leaders of our team. So I just thought it was a great moment to celebrate, and to maybe hopefully start a bit of a rivalry, I think, on the ice too. I think that would be excellent. And I just like to note that I am one up in the rivalry so far. So.
That is right. Team Epping ended up winning 9-4. But there were really no losers on that day because of the historic moment. So the curling community is a bit of a fraternity. It is a bit of a family, but specifically for out curlers. Is there kinship between you?
Curling actually is one of the sports where there is a lot of out curlers around the world, and it's great to see it. But obviously myself and John both being Canadian and knowing one another, there's certainly a lot of admiration between both of us on that level. And
John, that photo that was taken, what was the reaction to it afterwards?
I mean, it was, 99% positive. Lots of people, commented and, appreciate that we were able to take that moment to, because we are competing. It's a Canadian championship. So, I mean, it's heated out there. We both want to win. We both, the game was important to both of us. So, to be able to, at the end of that game, put the win and the loss aside, was really crucial. And we are really lucky in curling to have such a great, I would say, camaraderie amongst all curlers. And, just even the feedback from all the competitors at the Brier, they were really happy that we had taken the time, to do that. And, I just think, it's just the way we're heading in curling. Curling is such an inclusive sport, and it's heading in the right direction.
Did you have specific sports role models growing up that you could look to see yourself in sport?
Before I met John, actually, he was somebody that I seen on social media, and I heard rumor that he was gay, and that was really wonderful for me growing up. But before that, there wasn't a ton, and I think the visibility that both of us are showing the world and talking about this, and other athletes, even in the NFL now, Carl Nassib, I think it's so important, when you have a profile in sport, to really use that for something good.
John, when you hear that your story was one that gave visibility to someone else along their journey, how does that make you feel?
It's very nice of Greg to say, and I appreciate it, and I respect Greg, and I look up to Greg as well. I think just the way he carries himself and his he is somebody that I learn from and love having great conversations with, and really kind of him to say that. When I came out, the whole reason I decided to announce, I guess, publicly and make it known to the world was that if I could just help one person that needed it, and to know that maybe it helped Greg, and I know it's helped others from people reaching out to me on social media and through through my chats, that it's totally worth it.
Could you really narrow down maybe one reason why we don't have more athletes who feel confident enough and are ready to be out at this point?
Yeah, I think there's a bit of stigma that comes along with it, and I think there's locker room setting, there's team settings. When you played my team, I was really nervous to tell my curling team. It's people that I share a hotel room with, I share my life with. They know everything about me.
We don't live in a utopia for queer people. There's still a lot of discrimination. So it's not easy on people, especially in very incredibly masculine settings, to come out.
So if you guys could give a bit of advice to a young, aspiring curler that's from the LGBTQ plus community, what would you want to tell them?
I would tell them that you are worthy, you are loved, you are valid. There's people that are going to love you and support you, and you can do anything, whether it's sports, music, business, politics. You belong at the highest seat in anything.
I would say it's your journey. Don't be surprised how supportive your teammates will be. That is one of the biggest things that I do get, that from people asking me, they're nervous about telling their other gay athletes, or say they're nervous about telling their teammates. You'll be surprised how much they support you in this, and also that we're all here for you as well.
On behalf of many Canadians, I just want to thank both of you for not just being gay curlers and that visibility, but more importantly, being great curlers and being such great ambassadors for the sport and our country. And so everything that you're doing that is so great is having an impact, not just on the sheet of ice, but off as well. So thank you so much for this.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Appreciate it.